Welcome everyone. The question is the radius of the innermost electron orbit. Innermost electron orbit of a hydrogen atom is 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter. The radius of the n equal to 3 orbit you have to find it out. So just try to understand that what is the configuration of the hydrogen atom. In the hydrogen atom we can consider this is a nucleus, and around the nucleus an electron only is revolving around it. Okay, let us consider this is the electron and this is the nucleus. This is the nucleus, and the radius of the orbit is r. Okay, now one thing I want to say here, that is the one electron is in the hydrogen, but it should be revolve around a nucleus in the innermost orbit, the first orbit, or n equal to 1. It is also okay. The thing that you need to know that if it gets the energy from outside, it may excite it and it may move to the upper level, that is from n equal to 1, the ground state, it may move to the upper level, that is n equal to 2, after that n equal to 3. We know this. Okay, then at that particular case it will shift to the from the innermost orbit or the first orbit to the second orbit to the third orbit, because here n equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, the principal quantum numbers are nothing but giving you that in which orbit the electron is revolving here. Now if it is the nth orbit, okay, if it is the nth orbit and in this nth orbit the electron is revolving around the nucleus, then in that particular case the revolution, that is the mvn square by rn, the revolution making force or the centrifugal force, which should be equal to that of the electrostatic attraction force between the nucleus and uh, the electron, 4 pi epsilon 0 rn square. Here obviously we can discard this z, because since it is an hydrogen we can say z is 1 here. Okay, so it becomes simply e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught rn square, and on left side it is m vn square divided by rn. So this rn and this square cancels out, so this will become, if I try to find it out, what is the radius of the nth orbit, it is e square 4 pi epsilon 0 m vn square. Okay, m vn square. Now one thing you need to understand, that if we consider the Bohr's consideration, if an electron revolving in the nth Bohr orbit, then the angular momentum of that electron, that is the m vn rn, is equal to n h divided by 2 pi. So from here, if I find it out the value of the vn, it becomes n h divided by 2 pi m rn. So now if I put this value here, then it will be e square rn equal to e square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 m vn square. Vn square means it is n square h square 4 pi square m square rn square. Okay, so this is the thing. Here I have basically put the value of 1 by vn square. Vn is nh divided by 2 pi m rn. So again this rn and this square cancels out, So if I try to find it out what is Rn, then Rn, okay, before that 4 and 4 cancels out, pi and this pi square cancels out. So now, okay, so what is Rn? Rn, I can write it down. Rn is equal to, if I take whatever in the denominator on the numerator's left side, and if I just flip the sides, then it will be n square. N square epsilon 0 m h square divided by pi m square. Pi m square. After that, e square is there. E square is there. And this m and this square also cancels out. So this will become whatever be, it is epsilon naught h square divided by pi m e square. Now if I take this thing, that is epsilon naught h square divided by pi m e square as a constant, okay, if I put also the values of epsilon naught, that is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12, h is 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34, pi is 3.14, m is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, and e is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. All these values, then it will give you the value of the R naught. And you know, if you calculate all the values, put all the values, then the value of the R naught which is given us, it is 0.53 angstrom, and that is 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Here, so that is given here when the radius of the innermost electron orbit, that this innermost, this word explains you, it basically refers you the value n equal to 1. So when the electron is at n equal to 1, at that time when it is revolving in the first board orbit, then its radius is 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10, which is nothing but, which is given in the question, that is 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11. Obviously it is. And there we have obtained the relation, that is Rn equal to n squared R0. Now if I do it for n equal to 3, then that will be R3. R3 equal to n square. N square means 3 square multiplied by 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So 9 multiplied by 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Okay, let me check once. The value we have obtained here, Rn equal to n square. Okay, so if you multiply this, then it will be 7, 9 3 just 7, 27, 2 in my hand, and 9 5 just 45. Then it will become simply 47, and the point is here 4.7 into 4.77, 10 to the power minus 10 meter. That means the option 4 is the correct answer here. Thank you all.